My wedding was such a disaster. I was home by 10 p.m. and my wedding started at 4. Our wedding was supposed to start at 2 p.m. It is 10 a.m. and he is not around. He works security, right? And decided it was a great idea to work the night before our wedding at a location where he knows he gets stuck. So here I am panicking because the groom is literally missing. He finally shows up at 11 and I have to leave immediately to go to my mom's house to get ready. Here's the thing, right? Here's what I want you all to keep in mind. My mother-in-law and my mother do not like each other. I'm getting my makeup done and my maid of honor is nowhere to be found. It's time for us to leave to go to the church. She's still not there. However, that wasn't the only disaster. The driver that we hired to take me to the church didn't show up. So eventually, my groomsman calls one of his friends and the friend agreed to drive me to the wedding. We get to the church and I see my soon-to-be brother-in-law, who is supposed to be in my wedding party, in jeans and a shoe. I bypass it. I don't say anything because I realize my family is missing. The coordinator comes to me to tell me a car ran into the wall of your aunt's house, knocked out the power. They're not getting any water because they was on a pump system. So I sat there in the van for over an hour waiting for my family to get there so I could walk down the aisle and get married. All the while, my mother-in-law is trying to peek through the tent of the van to see me in my wedding dress. Like almost 2 hours later, my family arrives, everybody seats. I walk down the aisle, we say our I do's and all that. It is time for us to sign our marriage certificate. My brother is there. He is my witness. Guess whose brother wasn't there? The groom's brother. Because he decided to chase Coochie all the way to Tunapuna in the middle of our wedding ceremony, and when it's time for us to sign the wedding certificate, he's not even there. So now we have to convince my new mother-in-law sign for us in order for us to be legally married. And it's time for us to go into the vehicle to go to the spot to take pictures. My mother-in-law does not want to leave because her other son is not there and he is her ride. So she is upset, arguing. Eventually, my uncle was like, you know what? Just behind my van, we'll take her down the road. So then when we get to the hall, my mother has an attitude. The food wasn't ready. The decorations that I picked out for my hall wasn't up. My mother decided to put up different decorations because she didn't like my decorations. The cake that my cousin was supposed to make is not the cake that I picked out. It's a cake my mother wanted because she didn't like my cake. It came to the part where we had to have our first dance. All the songs that we wanted for our wedding was on a CD. And my mother decided to throw it away because she didn't like the songs that we chose. So we had to pick some random song to dance to as our first dance song. The dinner ended, and I'm on the dance floor with my sister and my cousins and enjoying myself. And I hear commotion and arguing and screaming. And my mother is bolting towards me full of rage. So obviously I want to know what's going on, right? So I try to get her attention to find out, hey, what's going on? She decides to push me. And I fall in a puddle of alcohol that was on the ground. So the whole back of my wedding dress looking like Swamp Thing #1 because it's brown and dirty from footprints and alcohol. So my cousins run to my rescue, get me up off the floor, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my mother. To hear that my mother and my mother-in-law were in the parking lot fighting over a case of beers. The groom then comes inside, we have a conversation, and he realized my mother and his mother is fighting. So he's like, okay, I'll be right back. I hear loud crashing, commotion, screaming, curling, cursing, and I don't know what's going on. It's to see my brand new husband over in the bar, breaking and smashing everything that his money didn't pay for. And I'm like, what is going on? He then says, if my mother can't have a case of beers, nobody can have nothing. But eventually, my family decided, you know what, this wedding done. We get in the van, we leave and we go home. I'm showered and in my bed by 10 o'clock. That's when we realized my husband was missing his wedding ring. And somehow, that wasn't even the worst part of my relationship.